Good morning. Good morning. It's time to rise and receive. Welcome to your 10-minute morning send off designed to support you in receiving what you most want by unlearning struggle. Today, we are going to talk about how to feel more powerful and more clear when you feel lost, when you can't see the path, when you don't know which way to turn or what to do, when you can't find the answers. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And if you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller. I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author. And I am passionate about teaching people how to receive their fulfillment by unlearning struggle. So what I do is I show up here Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time for Rise and Receive. And I pull one card from my brand new Receive card deck, which is coming out in 2021. I read you what's on the card, which is what I call a receiving principle. I unpack it a bit, and then I will send you off on your day with a willingness mantra. And a willingness mantra is the most powerful form of affirmation that I've ever come across in all of my years as a life coach, which is now well over 20 years. And the willingness mantra, what it does is it activates the power of invitation. So invitation is the feminine model of power, whereas intention is the masculine model of power. And one of the things I'm really passionate about teaching people is that if you are still waiting for your long overdue rewards, if you feel like you have been sacrificing and working hard for other people and you're wondering, when's it going to be my turn? If all you've ever known is the hard work ethic and you are really, willing to do all of this hard work and pursue and think and act, and you've been doing this for a long time, but you still haven't gotten that feeling of arriving, then what I like to illuminate is the possibility that instead of working harder or being more patient, or you haven't found the right answer, that the reason that you're still that fulfillment is eluding you is simply because you don't know how to receive. And receiving is its own skill set. So that's really what I love to illuminate, is how to receive, which is his own skill set. It's completely natural to all of us, but it's really kind of one of those things that's almost like a forgotten art, or a paradigm that's kind of been lost. But it's right here available to us. So I really like to shine the light on that and help people start to connect with the possibility of much greater ease as you learn the skill set of receiving by unlearning struggle. So today, the Receive card that I pulled from the Receive card deck is Return to Yourself. Return to yourself. So I invite you to sit back, let these words wash over you. You can always come back and listen, and then I'll unpack it a bit and I'll give you that willingness mantra. So take a deep breath. That always puts you in a good place to receive. Return to yourself. How do you handle it when you feel lost? When you're up against a problem and you cannot see the way? When you are confronted with a challenge and simply cannot find the answer? How do you respond when you feel the discomfort that comes with these scenarios? If you're like most people in the modern world, you struggle. Maybe a little, maybe a great deal. Some degree of struggle is a natural part of life. We see it most clearly when something new is being born. There's a certain tension and friction that occurs when that which is here must make space for the new, or when we are navigating an unknown and grasping for something to hold on to. However, in the modern world, much of our struggle is learned, and it comes from having been taught that the source of our answers, our safety, and our supply is out there in the physical world. Much like a hunter, we have come to over-rely on the model that tells us to think, act, and find. However, there's another model of power that is equally as essential to navigating our way through life. It is embodied by the majestic tree, which guides us to sit, receive, and reveal. The tree is always rooted. It is cared for by life itself. It is present with itself. With each passing year, its roots grow deeper. It releases the unused and unneeded regularly. It makes its impact by expanding and by allowing its offerings to be spread across the land. It stands, it stays, it shares. Its fulfillment and contribution comes from revealing itself and to others. We struggle in so many ways when we don't know how to stop the seeking, the hunting, and the strategizing. We struggle in so many ways when we don't know the way and the power of the tree. When we don't know how to simply sit and be, how to sense and feel what is occurring in our bodies. When we have become so lost in the world that we are completely disconnected from the stillness that is the ground of our beings. When we have forgotten how to speak and understand the language of our bodies and our souls. When amidst all of the noise and activity, we feel unable to simply stop. And yet it is so simple. Stop. Just stop. Sit and return to yourself. Just sit, just be. The world will never stop poking at you, pulling at you, triggering you. And yet, while it provides an empty supply of bright, shiny objects, it does not have the fulfillment you seek. That lies within. You do not need to wait until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of seeking. You can simply make the decision to stop looking for answers in the wrong place and become willing to look and listen in the place where they actually are. So that is the return to yourself card. So take a breath. And here is your willingness mantra. I am willing to discover how to receive my fulfillment by always returning to myself. I am willing to discover how to receive my fulfillment by always returning to myself. So I would love to hear how this is landing with you. I really want to unpack this by making this something that is really tangible to your life, because this idea of turning within and returning to ourselves, it's something that most of us have heard before. It might be a new idea to you, but a lot of times we've heard these things out in the, among teachers and guides and mentors. The answers lie within, the answers lie within. And it's a nice idea for the brain, but we don't really know how to access those answers within. So I'm going to start by first telling you a little bit of a story, because I think it's really relevant to where a lot of people are in the world right now. And then just to make it a little bit more concrete, to just highlight how this actually produces tangible results in your life. Okay, so I've been hearing that, meditation and sitting and being still was something that I needed to do or could do or should do for a long, long time. And I always used to say, I'm just not a meditator. I can't quiet my mind. I can't sit still. And the closest I could come to it was walking. So what I found is that when I would go for my walks, which is a regular part of my my self nourishment, my self-care, I found that when I'd go for walks, my mind would become quiet. It was like all of the busyness would settle, and then a space would open up. And I would get insights and ideas, and I'd feel calmer and inspired. So I'm a big believer in walks. But it wasn't until later on in life that I was really able to start sitting and meditating and connecting with stillness. And so one of the things that really was a game changer for me with that was actually Deepak Chopra. I heard him just say this one thing on TV once, which was, we are human beings, not human thinkings. And I realized then that I had misunderstood a lot of the teachings about sitting and being and meditation. And I thought that when they'd say I needed to meditate on something, that I needed to focus on it really hard, or when I had to focus on my breath, it was like a lot of effort. And it was actually the opposite of that. It was really about sit and be. And sit and be. Literally just sit, just be. And as I started to do that, just 5 minutes a day and then 10 minutes a day, and I'm still not a very long meditator, but it started to open up my world. As a matter of fact, I had a client once who just was really resistant to it. As a matter of fact, most of my clients are pretty resistant to it and struggle with this concept about simply stop. And she goes, I just feel like I'm sitting and I'm being bored. I go, so sit and be bored. Sit and be bored. Because when you first practice stopping, the only frame of reference you have is busyness and activity. And there's a lot invested in that. You've really come to have faith in busyness and thinking and strategizing and activity. That's actually like a security blanket for us. So when we finally just sit as the practice of returning to ourselves, there's nothing very secure about it. It's really this vast unknown. And so many times we need teachers and guides for that. However, I cannot tell you enough, which is why I stand here today and why I teach what I teach. Truly, this is the doorway to receiving all of your fulfillment. But it really is like learning another language, to sit and sense and feel and pay attention and watch what is revealed in that space. So instead of seeking, acting, and finding out there, we sit, we turn within, and images are revealed, and words are revealed, and awarenesses are revealed, and next steps are revealed, and feelings are revealed. But as you allow those things to be revealed, what's happening is you are releasing resistance. That's what's happening. When you stop thinking about things so hard and trying to figure them out, that is actually a form of resistance. But when you allow your thoughts to do what they do by returning to yourself, and you simply allow a space for that which wants to arise to reveal, 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 what's actually happening is you are practicing receiving yourself, receiving what is here. And what happens is you become a receiver. Like that's the skill set of receiving. It's offering no resistance. So as you start to receive what's inside, you start to become able to receive what's always been available to you in the outer world. And when people start to do this, this is when I get the phone calls, the emails, the texts, and the Facebook posts of Sonia, a sale just came in. Sonia, I attracted my dream house. Sonia, this guy that I wanted to date called me. Like Sonia, a job opportunity I was looking for, just showed up. Things show up. Okay. But what happens is we start from the inside first and practice receiving here. And then it shows up in the physical world. Okay. So that's what I want to offer you today. And actually, there's one more thing, because I hear this all day long from my clients and my students. Sonia, I don't have time to sit. Sonia, I'm so busy. Sonia, my kids. Sonia, my this. Sonia, the world will never stop poking at you, pulling at you, triggering you. And believe me, now more than ever, that's going to be louder. And now more than ever, returning to yourself is the key to your sanity, to your safety, and to the surprises, the beautiful, positive surprises that are here for you. But you must turn within. You must return to yourself over and over and over again for the rest of your life. Okay, because that is what it means to be in this world, but not of it. That is how you can navigate this realm, okay, and have all of this uncertainty and stuff going on, and have that home that you return to. You return to yourself. That is your North Star. That is the root of your sovereignty. And sovereignty means that you are independent. Your power is independent of the conditions, the people, and the circumstances in your life. For those of you who know, I live in Oregon. We are dealing with fires. We are dealing with evacuations. We are dealing with smoke. Just outside my window, hazardous air quality. My kids are in hazardous air quality. There's a lot going on. I practice what I preach. I still meditate. I return to myself. Is that stuff still happening? Yes. But in that space, I connect with myself, my safety, and I simply do what's in front of me. That's how you know how you're going to navigate your way when there's not an answer, When you don't know what to do, when you don't know the path, you listen, you do what's in front of you. You listen, you do what's in front of you. That's how you get through it. That's how we navigate these times. Return to yourself. Listen, do what's in front of you. So I hope this is helpful. And if this percolates questions, if you're like, okay, nice ideas, I get it, I'm interested, but how do I do this? I invite you passionately, with all my heart and soul, to check out my Receive course. It is now available. You can hop into this program for $97 a month. I also have income aware pricing for people who need it. I really want to serve those who are ready to unlearn struggle and start to learn how to truly be a fulfilled receiver. I'm here to support you. It's my passion. It's my calling. I feel like it's why I've been put on the earth. So check out the links above and below. And I've just learned that Facebook changed their way of doing things with Facebook Lives. So here's the link, receivecourse.com. Check it out. Okay. And if you like the cards that I'm reading every day, you can go to receivecarddeck.com, put in your name and email, and I'll let you know when they're available. Please keep coming back. Have a great rest of your day. And here's your mantra, returning to yourself. Here we go. I am willing to discover how to receive my fulfillment by always returning to myself. Thanks for being here, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow at the next Rise and Receive. Bye.